Alright, it's gonna be the start of the vlog.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Start the vlog?
I think so.
Yeah.
This one's gonna be about remembering to smell the roses. You know the saying?
No.
It's like when things are going well, you need to look up and breathe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the sensation?
Oh god. Let's do it.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go!
What have you got there? Take me through it.
Got 3 baguettes, 1 choc chip cookie, and then we've got in here, we've got 2 plain croissants, 2 chocolate, 2 raisin, and 1 apple turnover for you there.
Boom.
Boom.
Alright, we're off to Courmayeur. So Chamonix, where we're located, is on the border of Switzerland, France and Italy. So we're going to go through the Mont Blanc tunnel and then over to Courmayeur, which is in Italy, and go and ski for the day. So yeah, let's do it. We just landed here in Courmayeur. It's like 30 minutes from where we're staying. Gonna go up and ski for the day. Super excited. Some good fresh mountain air, which coming from Philippines and Dubai is sort of exactly what we need. So pretty happy about that. But yeah, we'll see you at the top of the mountain. We're in Italy, so no doubt there'll be some pasta being consumed. Good vibes. Let's go. How much does your fit cost? Give us a...
This is all freebies. This is from Karen Robertson Wardrobe.
Let's
Pretty
go.
sure it's carefully curated.
Nice
These are my
beanie.
newbies.
Look at the beanie.
Oh, how we love skiing.
These are my skis.
Give us your best ski pose.
I think that's my
This is my
freshly washed hoodie.
It actually is. Shout out Pure Sport. Oh yeah. Welcome. I guess you're wondering why we're in Chamonix, or right now we're in Courmayeur, which is in Italy. And we're here for the next 2 weeks or so. I guess this is part of making sure that as I go on this journey and as we start locking in, we ensure that we reward ourselves for the fruits of our labor. So we're here for a couple of weeks, just went from Philippines, Dubai, and then to here, and then we'll be going back home for 2 more weeks. It's a pretty awesome place. Bree's learning how to ski, which has been a good journey for her. I think part of working hard and locking in, you've got to reward yourself and have that money to spend it on the people you love. So Bree's here, I've got my family here as well. And yeah, such a nice time to have family time. Time with Bree. She gets to experience.
We don't get enough time together.
We don't get enough time together, exactly. But yeah, it's a pretty awesome place in the world. So yeah, trying to balance work and play. And I feel like this is one of those things, if I don't go out on weekends, I work when I'm in Sydney, but this is a pretty epic place to be able to come to and I guess enjoy the fruits of your labour and have proper work-life balance, which I don't see in days and weeks. I think you need to zoom out and look at work-life balance in months and years. So I'm pretty happy to sacrifice, in days and weeks when I'm in Sydney. If it means the months and years I can spend like this, enjoy 2 summers, be here for spring. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. So a bit of a pinch myself moment, being able to take the people that I love overseas and on holiday and to beautiful places. So it's great to have Bree here with me as well, and obviously the whole family. So yeah, we're gonna enjoy it. Welcome to Chamonix and spring skiing vlog, I guess we'll call it. But yeah, skiing's been something that's always been super close to my heart. Very fortunate to have grown up skiing in a place like New Zealand. But being able to ski overseas is like another world. So being able to come here and ski here is pretty epic. And taking people I love on that journey as well. content reviews inside the community. They're really good for me to go through and see the standard of content that's being put out. If anyone wants profile reviews as well, drop them in there. Any more questions, you've got the general chat. I will see those of you that are on the Convert call on Friday. But I may change the time slightly next week because it is pretty late my side. But yeah, thank you all for joining, team. Bye bye bye. Oh, alright, we're done. 12:04 a.m. Jimbo arrives tomorrow. Let's go. Excited to see James. Oh yeah, another beautiful day in Chamonix. So I'm here with James, who's basically a family member at this point, a long lost brother. We grew up together in New Zealand, went to the same high school. We used to spend many a night staying over in Auckland. Had a lot of fun in high school, and then we moved over to Sydney at the same time with another friend. And the relationship really flourished. Went to the same college, same university. Oh yeah, wait, which side of the car do roads go? Other side. Close. We're on the other side here. So yeah, we both went to school together, and then we ventured over to Sydney, which I argue was my doing, because I was chasing a girl to Sydney, and I reckon I convinced Doug and you to come.
I'm pretty sure I decided to go first.
But it's quite funny, we all applied. Did you apply anywhere else?
No.
I applied only to Sydney, only to Johns, the college I went to. And we got into both, and all three of us got in, the three that applied. And we didn't realise at the time, but that's actually very, very rare. So we got very lucky to all be in together. And we had a fantastic time, didn't we?
Yeah, that's pretty bloody good.
But since then, James has moved to Amsterdam. So he now lives in Amsterdam. He's been in there for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So we often meet on the other side of the globe in Europe, or sometimes when he comes back to Sydney.
Yeah.
And it's a wonderful, very joyous time together. Distance makes the heart grow fonder.
Oh yeah, really fun. Really
So
fun.
having these moments reminds us. And we're heading up to lunch. But before we get to lunch, James and I are going to sit down and we're going to tell you all of the problems with Australia and New Zealand and why you need to leave your home country.
Roast incoming.
James has bought some of the chewiest biltong
Pure deliciousness.
from South Africa, his home country. It's not the normal biltong that you can chew on. It's like you leave it in your mouth and it has to get soft before you can start. It's pretty good. Here comes the buff. Wait for it. There it is. What was the hardest thing about moving to Amsterdam, apart from the winter?
Going in alone, it's pretty scary. I only knew like 2 people, and one of them left after about 3 or 4 weeks after I arrived.
Who was the other person?
Simone,
From
my
work.
sister's mate, and that guy from work. But I mean, it's also the coolest opportunity ever. Like, you get to practice actually like meeting people as an adult, which is really hard, I think. And it gets harder with age, and harder the less you practice, obviously. But yeah, awesome experience. Love that city.
And what would you say in terms of making, because I feel like you found a pretty good crew over there.
Yeah, for sure.
What would you say was like the easiest way to do that for anyone who wants to leave their hometown and make a new sport?
100% sport.
Yeah, I think it's got to be.
Yeah.
No wonder run clubs are so big.
Yeah, you join a run club, join a triathlon group, find some crew to work out with, and it's so easy.
It's 2 birds with 1 stone. You get in great shape and hopefully you get outdoors.
Yeah.
And you also find some mates. And you've done it with a bust ACL, which goes to show you don't need to be at like the top of your level to make friends in sport.
And to be honest, I actually tried it through a different route of drinking, and I did a lot of that actually.
You got pretty good at that.
Yeah, I was a professional drinker. And I did make some really good friends through that, but yeah, it does kind of limit where you can go. And then I started supplementing that with sport, and now I only do sport, which is Yeah, better way to do it.
He's taking an extreme stance against alcohol. Anyone who poisons their body with such substance shouldn't be able to breathe air the same quality of my own.
But yeah, I definitely had my time.
Yeah. For context, James and I used to absolutely tear it up back in the day. I feel like New Zealand and Australia are very young drinking cultures. Similar to Europe, but the drinking culture, we've perfected what's called the binge. And the binge is where we maximize alcohol consumption on one singular day to really push our liver and organs to their absolute max. It's similar to progressive overload, but it's done on a Friday and Saturday weekly. And we got pretty good.
Wednesday sessions too.
We did, once we hit college. Once living at home was no longer a restriction. And true responsibility was handed over to our own. We were the masters of our own destiny. Yeah. I think binge drinking from a young age was sort of good. I do feel like you've got to squeeze it out your system, and we had plenty of squeeze. Jimbo kept squeezing a little bit longer than myself. But now the squeeze is gone, and there's bigger mountains to climb.
Man.
Hard drugs. So we're going through Grand Monte. Grand Monte is up there, sort of hard to see. Grand Monte is one of the big mountains here. And then as we head up, we've got Le Tour and Brevant as we start moving up the mountain. And we're going for a nice, lovely lunch. The rest have been skiing, so it should be very fun. Then, rigs are out. Shortcuts are being taken. Oh. Nah. It's just up and over. No.
Where is this fucking ridge line?
Oh yeah. Nothing like a little bit of nature.
Very nice.
Is this way? Yeah.
Fuck, this is Maine.
Pretty epic view. Yeah, give it a pull over. This is where we separate the boys from the men. Yeah, I'm gonna run. I may run the rest of the way. It's only 4K.
I'd run fast. Mum will win.
I will meet there.
Alright.
Bye bye, Pookie. We made it just in time for lunch. Perfect. Thank you, Dad.
I love it. I think it made me ski better.
I think so.
You skied like a bomb. And then you were great.
We're turning Brie into our expert skier.
Once when you were looking, she was getting a photo taken.
Yes. Oh, that was so funny. It's quite a pathetic fall, if I'm honest.
You gotta watch out where you rock it, shit get real. Drink too real, I can't be fake, don't know the feel. Gotta take a long drive up the hill. Get too wavy, move like Navy SEALs.
James is about to run his first marathon. He's going for the marathon build. As you can see, he's just nailing.
You can spend a lot of time in the shoe without feeling any pain.
Alright, so we are officially a little over a month out. And to be honest, training hasn't been great. Just been moving around a lot, didn't run much in the Philippines, got really sick. In Dubai, you literally can't run, did some treadmill runs. In Chamonix for the next week or so, definitely going to be dialing in some trail runs, put these to the test. Some new Solomons, the Ultra Glide, which super keen to try. I think to be honest, this is going to be a really big test in terms of fitness and just general endurance. It'll probably be one of the harder things I've ever done, which I'm looking forward to the test, but also conscious of, it's just going to be full on. But it is what it is. I'm looking forward to it. is what we're working with. Look at these puppies. This pad, some nice cushioning, Ultra Glides. Pretty sexy shoe. And for bright red. El Boof!
Oh yeah.
What's cooking, mate?
Well, I was gonna make us a frittata.
Wait, what? With mince?
I was honestly too nauseous to think about making that mince.
Whatever the fuck I want.
She's on the whatever the fuck she wants diet. Aren't you, Bruiser?
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
What's gone into this one?
A bit of a vegetable frittata. Served with some lovely steak haché.
Whatever you're making, Brie.
I've got a little bit of baguette with some sun-dried tomatoes, prosciutto, cheese, and rocket.
Lovely. Cheers.
Bye bye, James. I'll see you in the Dolomiti.
Bro,
Thank you. You too.
looking forward to next time.
Say hi to Gus for me.
I will.
Bye bye bye.
See you, brother.
Say bye. What a just absolute legend. Well, that was the end of the Alfie and Jimbo adventure. I don't know how much camera time I got at Jimbo, but he's a very good friend of mine from school. And yeah, we've always been good mates. Now he's ventured across to Amsterdam. He's just left his job. And he's in a bit of a period of working out what he wants to do in life. But he seems very happy, very content, which is good. So, no, I'm stoked for him. Such a legend. Yeah, it's been a good time here. I know Bree's enjoying it massively, and it's so nice to see her enjoying it. Good to get a bit of time with family as well. I think super important. And yeah, I feel like why have money if you can't spend it on the ones you love? So sick to be out here with everyone. Taking Bree here, obviously, enjoying it. And yeah, we got a bunch of family friends coming as well. We used to live in the UK, so this is like the closest we get while we're in France. So pretty great opportunity to go and see them as well. Had both my godparents here. And yeah, just enjoying some family time, which is super important. And still getting work done. I feel like they're all super understanding, which is nice. So had a few late meetings, had a few back-to-back 11:30 PMs, but for the most part, it's been really good, and I'm definitely not complaining about doing the work. What is cracking? I've fixed you on the window, and behind me we have a beautiful, beautiful view. Hopefully we'll be able to see it, because it's a little bit, I'm just going to make myself a little bit darker, because I think seeing less of me is important when the view is that beautiful. Now I wanted to give you a quick update. Today is the 11th of April. It is 7 p.m. And as of today, we've officially gone, I guess, past from that 0 to 1 stage. And I sort of define that 0 to 1 as like, you know, move fast, fail fast, everything breaks, you're solo entrepreneur, you're hiring, moving people around, nothing's really formalized, no real like contracts, MVP. We're definitely past that stage now. We have 500 people inside Amplify. Pure Body was obviously grown. This is mainly talking about the Amplify business, and now that we're putting into proper structures, we've just released Spanish Amplify, where we translated everything into Spanish. Alessio's heading that up with Alejandro as well. So bringing on like international partners, which has been awesome. And then, yeah, really solidifying like the closing setting team, getting into a really good cadence there as well. And I think one of the biggest parts of like where we are now and sort of where the culture is, I think there's been a massive push to focus on the 6 main values that we're pushing on. And we sort of sat down, and I think this is the first time I've had to sit down and think about what type of company I want to build, and then also think about, if I'm going to be focusing on this for the next 5 to 10 years, what does that company look like and what are the values that I need to focus on? So first one is transparency, and this is something that we communicate openly. We share the wins and the lessons. So communication will occur on one channel, and this is how we embody it as a team. So instead of having all of these individual chats, we're gonna have one big channel where everyone communicates. Therefore, if it can't be said in front of everyone else, then it shouldn't be said in that channel. Obviously, there's going to be some sub chats, you know, for different departments, but there's going to be no side chat and individual private messaging. I know in some cases this means more message notifications, but at the end of the day, when you've got, lots of things happening at once, Chinese whispers occurs, and that causes problems down the line. So if you can't say it in front of someone else, then don't say it behind their back. Next one, integrity, and that's we do what's right even when no one's watching, and honesty needs to be rewarded instead of being penalized, and that's accepting our faults, moving on from them, and making sure that whatever we do what's right, regardless of who's watching and who's holding us accountable. We should hold ourselves accountable. So important in a business like this where, all of the staff are remote, I'm remote, we're all moving, no one's looking over our shoulder, no one's there physically with us, we're not in an office, so we've got a lot of trust in the business. Abundance, it's a big piece personally, but also for the business. Abundance mindset. We believe that there is enough success for everyone. There's more than enough pie to go around. This is something that I built Amplify on. We're all doing the same stuff. It's not a zero-sum game where if one person gets a coaching client, the other person loses one. There's enough pie to go around. We don't have a scarcity mindset, whether that's with lead flow, whether that's with just revenue, whether that's with being the biggest, being the best, whatever it is, we don't have a scarcity mindset. We look after each other and we work together. That brings us to collaboration. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And everyone is a part of the team. So that's everyone from the VAs to the head closer, to the head of closers. Like, everyone is a part of the team, from the fulfillment, from the sales, from the marketing, and we all work in unison. It's not, oh, my job's done, I got the sale. It's no, you connect with fulfillment, we work together, we're a team, we look after the client together. Client first. So your results are our reputation, and under promise and over deliver. So that's something we've got to do, and we've always got to make the best decision for the client, even if that means losing the sale. If they're not a good fit for Amplify, we won't invite them in. It's invitation only. That's why we have calls beforehand. So you basically have to be accepted to be brought in. And lastly, respect. Treat everyone with the same respect. Treat the janitor like the CEO. Respect their time, their systems, and their effort. We respect time by being on time. We respect favors by giving them. And we respect systems by following it. And we have a 3-strike system inside our team, where we aren't, actioning things within 24 hours when tagged. Daily reports need to be completed. We must make our calls, punctuality, no private messaging, and we respect the rules that are followed. So yeah, this was a really interesting thing of actually sitting down and thinking about these things and what I want to be focused on for the next 5 to 10 years, and what those values look like. So yeah, I'd be really interested if you're in an existing company, if you know their value structure and what they're about. But yeah, we're on a mission to impact the largest number of lives when it comes to personal branding. I want to help people chase their own dreams like I have, be able to travel the world and unlock time, location, and financial freedom. And the way I'm going to embody that is not only on the online community, but we've also got some really exciting in-person events. Our first one in Bali, from the 1st to 8th of May, we've taken a crazy villa in Bali, and we've got all the Amplify athletes. We've got 2 people from Amplify who I'm flying out as well to come stay with us. We're going to shoot a whole week of content. It's going to be epic. And then we're going to be running that throughout, I'm thinking, Cape Town, Barcelona, and Sydney as well. So I want to manifest this in person as well. Things like run clubs, integrate it with health, wellness. Yeah, super excited. It's going to be a bit of an Amplify takeover. We also had our first person get that Amplify tattoo, which is just crazy. So yeah, it's a bit of a takeover. And yeah, thought I'd give you an update with this beautiful view. We'll talk soon.
Nothing to see here.
Is that one of those American home videos?
To see here. It's all good.
Is it meant to be flaming?
Yeah, it's flame roast.
Flame smoked.
I think we need to.
I think
we need a tongs thing.
Oh my god!
I think open it.
Yeah, maybe. Why is it burning so much?
It's the fat on the outside.
Maybe open. Otherwise, it's going to be very smoky. The flame almost went very, very wrong.
I think we leave the plate here.
This was our road trip song through New Zealand.
Left, obviously. Oh, he's getting on with his stone wall, isn't he? Bit of a labour of love.
Anything we feel like we fancy.
Anything we like to look on.
Maybe a little coffee at the markets, perhaps.
You need cash for that.
Oh,
We're off to the markets.
do you want to get your
For the market.
euros in their outfit?
This is Helen.
Buongiorno.
Bonjour, no. Isn't that Italian?
Bonjour. What about
Bonjour.
Mum?
And Mum.
I never get a hello. Hello.
This is
Bonjour.
bonjour. Ma mia. How do you say
Mum.
God? How do you say godmother? Ma mia.
Machen.
The Chamonix market, which is home of crepes, pastries. Yeah.
Look.
I have a few crepes, pastries, some bread. Bree's already sought her eyes.
Ooh.
Ooh.
What are we working with?
Look at these strawberries. Aren't they crazy?
Bonjour.
Juste ça?
Right. Everyone's familiar with the Blue Zone. I think we found our French example of the man who sells cheese and prosciutto and cured ham for a living and is the most happy man in the world. Don't ask for a complex life. Enjoy a simple one. I feel like these people are some of the happiest. Social interaction, fresh produce, they love their work, gifts of labor, meet new people every day, meet the same people, build relationships, have purpose in their work, feeding a village. Yeah, you can see why they're happy and enjoy life. So it's good to see. It's for a market trip.
Especially with flowers.
Watch out. Bree's lovely instructor, Bruno, heading up to the Grand Monte.
Instructor, I think you will see that in 2 hours.
What?
A lovely instructor.
Lovely
I think we'll see
instructor.
that in 2 hours.
We'll
I'm
report
not
back
a
at the end.
beginner, but I'm still learning, so hopefully I won't be too painful for you.
We are all still learning.
I like that.
Top of the A-grade movie.
I got the birds viewing the sun on the way. Come to the mountain and we'll regenerate. Look out for the wildfires, we live in LA. Gold diggers and goldzillas, eh? They all on their way, way. We get no water, we get no rain, eh? But you on your wave, wave.
That's where we're at the moment, which is pretty epic. So yeah, behind me you've got Mont Blanc, tallest mountain in Europe. The Chamonix, if anyone knows the MTB, there's an ultra marathon race here, 170 kilometers. Maybe one day I'll do it. It's quite hard to get into. You have to have done quite a few ultras and 100 milers before. 170 kilometers, and you go through Italy, Switzerland, and France, and it's sort of around Mont Blanc. And they also do a very famous race to Mont Blanc in the summer. I think the fastest time to the top of Mont Blanc and down to the center of Chamonix, it's like 5.5 hours. It's something crazy. Which, yeah, another feat of human endurance, which is just next level. But yeah, I love the mountains. Feel very at home in the mountains, despite growing up on an island, but having spent a lot of my childhood here. It's a special place, Chamonix. If anyone gets the chance to go, I'd highly, highly recommend it. Full of mountaineers and guides, people who are crazy and love the mountains. People who love parasailing, action sport, speed skiing, X-flying, crazy. People here are true alpinists and extremists in what they do. You gotta respect them for it. They grew up in a valley surrounded by mountains. I think it's a great example of how your environment shapes you. Pretty hard to grow up in Chamonix and not become an amazing skier, that's for sure. Don't ask for an easy life. Ask for the strength to endure a difficult one. I remember hearing that saying. It was actually, I went to a religious school growing up. So the context was in God, you know, not asking God for an easy life, ask for the strength to endure a difficult one. But I think regardless of religion, it's a great lesson. I think having the strength to endure a challenging one, and to be able to take on more challenges and escape comfort. And I think the challenge that I found, when you put comfort as the enemy, which is a great way for growth, because friction and challenge is always a fantastic catalyst for growth. But I think when you put comfort as the enemy, it's hard to slow down and cherish moments like these. Because when you start to feel comfortable, when you start to slow down, when you start to take the foot off the pedal, when you start to look up and smell the roses, that goes against everything that's got you there. So it's a real balance of the duality between going all in, chasing, feeling like you're never doing enough, which motivates you to do more, which means you achieve more, and also realizing that there is no finish line, and being able to look up and enjoy what you have, enjoy what you're in the middle of, is super important as well. So it's a balance between the two. I think you need times where you're hungry, motivated, and I love the concept software engineers use, sprints. And I think the idea of sprinting for a project where you lock in, you work hard, and you get a lot done, and then you ease up, and you're not sprinting anymore. And then you lock in and you sprint again. For me, going back to Sydney, and when I'm in Sydney is like my sprinting time. That's when I'm locked in, working hard. When I'm traveling, I think there's times of it, but I try to enjoy it a little bit more. But then I'll pick moments where I'll sprint. So I've got a lot of travel coming up, a lot of planning to do, but I'll pick certain times in that where it's going to be a week of locking in, doing the work that needs to be done. I think you need that. And the life that I want to live sort of accommodates to that. I like the idea of chasing something, pursuing something, and then enjoying what you've pursued and created, rather than the constant feeling like you haven't done enough or there's more to do. So it's a balance between the two. It's nice. Bit of stillness. It's been a really good time to like disconnect, reconnect with family as well. Super important. I think lapping up now as much family time as I can is super important. I'm very fortunate. Both my parents are still healthy and well, and although they're getting older, they're still young at heart, and they still want to do things. I'm taking them hiking in the Dolomites. They're still able to do that. So I want to fit as many things as I can while they're healthy, fit, and able to do these things into my life with them. I think, I think it's super important. It's part of what I love as well, is being able to give at least something back. They gave me the most amazing childhood, so being able to take them places, being able to take them out for lunch, for dinner, and say, no, this one's on me. It's a really nice feeling. And yeah, there's no better place or no place else. I'd rather spend my money. You won't catch me in Lamborghinis or Ferraris or shit like that. Spend your money on your parents, man. And if you have enough, I don't know. I don't feel I need the validation of a fast car or something like that to validate my success. I think it speaks for itself in the people you love.